going on, fellas? What's up? What's up? What's happening? Welcome to the Cone Zone. I'm Axl Cones. I have a lot to get to, so let's hit it. Tonight's topic is, to say the least, a bit disturbing. Now, let me check that. It's very disturbing. Yeah. Let's go. Tonight, I'm going to give my take on the phone sex industry. Forgive me, but I have to throw my 2 cents in here. Before I get too deep into this diatribe, let me warn you, this one will be graphic. If you have kids in the room, get them out now. I'm not even kidding. With every monologue I write, I like to do a little research on each subject. I was privileged enough to actually spend 3 days in a phone sex call center. In fact, I helped dispatch calls through to phone sex actresses. After 3 days, I have come to the conclusion that I'm embarrassed to be in the male gender. I experienced things in 3 8-hour shifts that make me want to take a garden weasel to my jungle weasel and call it a career. Since I'm guessing not too many people in my studio audience are watching me at home will ever experience the pleasure of connecting horny, sexually deviant freaks to work-from-home single mothers who must act out whatever sick scenario is presented to them, let me fill you in. I'll start with what the dispatcher/operators go through. The phone rings more often than a CBS after a Super Bowl halftime show. I was so sick of a ringing phone after 3 days, I didn't answer my home phone for a week. 70% of operator calls are hang-ups. Out of that percentage, 50% of those callers call numerous times throughout the shift. Why is that, you ask? Believe it or not, some pervs will actually blow their load by listening to a female operator ask, quote, "Would you like to speak to one of my ladies?" The company that I hung with actually has a caller that will pound redial every 15 seconds for up to 3 hours a day. And of course, he's stroking it the entire time. Yeah. It must be. There he is. I'm guessing this prick's prick has to be more shaped than a carrot ready for a chef salad. Like every other business, phone sex companies have regulars who will call as often as I do to my parents. One regular actually spent $759.80 in 1 month. Now, I don't want to break out the obvious, but that's $9,117.60 a year to spank his monkey to girls he can't see. That's a new car every 2 years. Some regulars go beyond the phone call stage and actually send pictures and videos of themselves to the companies. How would you like to be the one opening the mail that day, huh? Surprise, it's a VHS tape of John Q. customer lapping up their own cock cheese from a dog bowl labeled Fido. That's nice. Oh, and he mixed in some Polaroids of the 2-liter Pepsi bottle hanging halfway out his ass. Don't we feel special? Along with my operator experience, I also got to listen to actual live phone sex calls as they happened. Since these calls were being recorded for training purposes, I had to take my vomiting and sarcastic remarks into another room. The most entertaining calls to me were the mistress calls. The guys who wanted the actresses to humiliate them as they sang "Happy Birthday to my pee-pee" and then shoved lit birthday candles in their pee hole like a nurse performing an STD test. Jesus. Maybe we're hitting a little too close to home with this crowd. Yeah, that phone call actually happened. I was fortunate, though. I missed the wacko who calls frequently and forces the phone actresses to listen as he fucks his dog in the canine pooper. Lucky me, right? Not quite. See if you can sleep tonight with these 3 actual phone scenarios that I did get to listen to. Actually, the first one, I didn't get to listen to the actual phone calls as they went down. I was there for the aftermath. A perv called and wanted to speak to a young, feminine, submissive girl. The call was patched through. 7 minutes later, he called back and told the operator that the girl he was connected with was, quote, worthless, and wanted to speak to another. So after his credit card was charged for a full half-hour call, he was then transferred to another girl. 10 minutes later, he called and told the operator that the second girl was also, quote, worthless and stupid, and he didn't like her. As he was ranting on that the operator was also worthless, his credit card was in the process of being charged for a second full call. The perv then went on to abuse and harass the operator, and just as the words, quote, "I'll call the credit card company and dispute the charges if I don't receive credits and free calls," were uttered, he was placed on hold. Both female conversationalists were contacted by the operator about what the caller's problem was. Apparently, he wanted the girls to play out the scenario that they were 6 to 9-year-old girls that he could rape violently.
That was Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Go ahead and explain that one to the credit card company, you sick fuck. He was hung up on immediately. As for the 2 calls I did get to listen to, first, the caller who wanted the actress to play a single mother with 2 daughters between the ages of 8 and 12 years old. The happy family scenario ended when the caller wanted mom to give him permission so he could bang her virgin daughters. But he wanted mom to prep her daughters by using dildos, nipple clamps, and breast enlargement pills. God, sick.
The pills are too far.
Okay. To top off the call, the caller wanted permission so he could marry one of the daughters. End of call. If that wasn't sick enough, try this one on for size. The caller wanted to talk to a white woman only. In this scenario, they pose as a couple and together pick up a third woman in a bar or nightclub. The catch is the woman they pick up must be pregnant and either black or Hispanic. After they pick up the black or Hispanic pregnant woman, the threesome then goes back to his place. Once they are there, the third woman is used for slavery. After they humiliate and beat their slave, they then cut the pregnant woman's stomach open to, quote, "stop the minority races." What the hell is this about? The mother is then killed. After the brutal and bloody Ku Klux Klan murders, the couple then resume to have sex in their slave's blood until the end of the call. Gee, thanks for that uplifting call. After my 3-day phone sex experience, I left in a complete stupor. I just spent 24 hours dealing with pervs who think that incest, rape, infantilism, bestiality, and pedophilia are normal everyday conversation. As I was speaking to the operators and conversationalists who do this for a living, they make a good point, though. They say, thank God these guys are calling in and spending money to act out their fantasies. Then my 2-part retort follows with, what if these guys don't have any money? And why do we constantly hear about rapes, indecent exposure on kids on the playground, and stalkings? In a way, I'm glad these phone sex companies do exist. But it's still disturbing to think that these sick deviants are still walking amongst us, possibly teaching our kids at school or working with us at our jobs, or even worse, sitting next to us right now. That's my take, but then again, what the hell do I know? Yeah. My guest tonight, he is an actual phone sex owner. He owns a company here in Denver, and just for the record, he is not affiliated with the monologue you just heard. So if any of you guys are watching, it's purely coincidental. Would you help me welcome owner Arnold Cohen and phone conversationalist Joseph Martin? Give it up. All right. What's going on, fellas?
Well, not much. Just trying to imagine that going on in phone sex. I can't believe it.
Isn't that something? So what's the name of your company, Arnold?
It's Fantasy Line.
It's called Fantasy Line. Cool. And at the end of this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the phone number up in case there's somebody out there who wants to call and see what phone sex is all about. So see if we can get you a couple callers.
Oh, well, I'm always waiting for a couple of calls.
How much do you charge per call? Is it by the minute or is it by the hour? Or?
We charge by the half hour. It's
by the half hour.
$64.95 for a half an hour, and there's various specials on most of the time.
Okay, well, very cool. So $64.95, so that's still less than $2 a minute, right?
Yep.
There's some places I was doing my research. There's $4.99, $5.99 a minute. I mean, I can't even imagine it.
Well, you know, people look in the paper and they see $4.90. Oh, I'm only going to spend $4.99 or $5.99. Well, you know, when they're done, they end up spending $100 and some odd dollars. We've always been doing charging by the half an hour, and I think it's fairer, it's cheaper, and the customer can better get his money's worth.
Sure, sure. And Joseph, you've been a conversationalist. Actually, you do this for a living. How long have you been doing? How long have you been doing this kind of work?
For about a year now.
For about a year, and so obviously you like it if you continue to do it.
It's great money.
Great money. What what on average? What could you make a shift doing?
Anywhere from $50 to $350, depending on the call volume.
Wow, $350 a shift, and you work what, an 8-hour shift, a 6-hour shift?
Right.
8-hour shift?
Yes.
Wow, $350, 8-hour shift. That's amazing. Do you talk to women and men, or does it matter to you?
I speak with men and women.
Men and women?
Right.
How many female callers do you get? Do you get quite a few?
We have a large rate of female callers, yes.
Wow.
Couples.
Couples, that's
right.
Oh, awesome, awesome. And do couples get the same rate?
It's same rate for everyone.
Same rate for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So, what else do you have going on? You have some other projects that you do as well. You're in the adult entertainment industry.
I've been in the adult entertainment industry for 22 years now.
22 years. Wow.
You know, my primary focus has been Fantasyline, and we're one of the oldest adult talk lines in the country. Been in business since 1982.
Wow.
I also do web design for the company, and right now we're building new websites and all kinds of new projects on the web. Plus, we do fantasy videos.
Oh, and what's your web address, real quick?
It's www.fantasyline.com.
Fantasyline.com. Very cool. So you sell videos and things like that as well?
Yes, we do.
Adult videos, I would imagine.
Yes, we produce our own adult amateur videos.
How do those? I hear amateur is like the best thing to get into right now. Is that still pretty hot market, or?
It's a hot market, and it's a fun thing to do because you know, people are tired of looking at the same porn stars over and over again. They want to see their neighbor.
Right.
And who knows, when they buy our videos, maybe they will see their neighbor.
That's not exactly. It's like, why, I said it on the show. Why is Ron Jeremy still hacking around? You know, I don't understand it. Why? You've done everybody in the industry 5 times.
Well, it's because he's a fat guy with a big dick. I don't know.
There you have it.
Speak the truth.
So, Joseph, do you do videos as well, or you just do this?
Yes, I
strictly,
do.
You do videos as well?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Do you? How can you? What kind of money can you make doing videos? Being a male, I hear women make more money in videos. Is that pretty much the standard?
Well, yeah, you know, men are beating down the door to do videos. Women, you have to ask them.
Right. I would do it for nothing. What the hell? Get paid to have sex. Sign me up.
And men get paid less because they're a lot more unreliable than women.
Mm-hmm.
You hire a woman, she's going to show up, she's going to do what she's asked to do, and she's usually going to do it well. You hire a man to do, he's going to have anxiety, he's going to show up, and he may walk out the door before he actually has to do anything.
Right. Have you? I'm sure you've experienced guys who get there like, oh, I'm the biggest stud on the planet. They get there and they shrivel up to the size of a.
Well, they say that before they actually walk in the door, and then they sit around and they look at the cameras and.
They look at 20, 30 people watching them, and they kind of.
Well, you know, we keep the crew to a minimum, but nevertheless, they just chicken out.
Yeah.
You know, it's just guys are impossible to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah, I would deal nothing with women. I do all lesbian videos if I owned one. That's all I would do. That's me. I'm a sick bastard. What can I say?
Well, we do those too.
You do those too? Yeah. Invite me on your next shoot. So anyway,
You can run a camera.
yeah, I can run cameras really well. And if they need help, you know, I can dive in there too and do that whole thing. Of course I will.
Of course.
Where are we going with this? So you've done videos as well. How long have you been doing that?
I've been in the adult entertainment industry for about 10 years now.
So 10 years.
Yes.
And we were talking before the show, you came in from LA. You lived in LA for a long time.
Yes.
What market do you think is better, the LA industry or the Colorado industry?
The sex industry is good.
Wherever?
Nationwide, right. Nationwide, yes.
Okay, and I'll ask you a personal question. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. Do you do both male and female, or do you just do one? or the other?
That's a personal question.
Gotcha. No worries. So, thought I'd dig that out there and see how far I can lob the. So, do you have any projects going on right now? Do you have any videos coming in right now?
Right now I'm in between videos because I'm still editing the last batch we shot. We'll probably start shooting again another month or two.
Okay.
You know, right now we're redesigning the website and redesigning some new specials at Fantasyline, and that's about what we're up to right now.
Okay. What was your last shoot that you had?
Oh, it was a couple of months ago. I'm trying to remember which one it was.
They all run together.
Yeah,
after a while?
they all just kind of run together, and I'm kind of working on right now putting a compilation together.
Oh, nice.
Of 5 or 6 different shoots.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Do you have anything else going on right now, or are you just doing the Fantasyline? Are you doing any video work?
Actually, I have some features in the progress, and also I am in the hair industry as well. So.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And in case you're looking at Joseph's eyes, he's not stoned right now. He just got that LASIK surgery on your eyes.
Yes.
My brother had that done, and he said he loves it.
We'll see.
You
I
just
had
got
it
that done like
right.
yesterday or something,
Right.
right? Wow. And he's still doing the show. That's a trooper right there. I got a hangnail. I'm out for a week. You know what I mean? So, and you're saying earlier that your vision it goes in and out.
Right.
Yeah? So you're in the hair, you cut hair. Are you a stylist?
Yes.
Oh, what can you do with this? I'm just kidding. My stylist is here tonight too, so you didn't hear that, Terry. No, I love Terry to death. She knows it. Oh, so very cool. So you have, so what kind of specials are you running right now on your Fantasyline?
Oh boy, you'd have to ask my right hand, which is my wife over there, who's really built the business to what it is. She keeps track of that. I keep track of the mundane stuff like designing the website and shooting videos.
Oh, you're gonna get a shot of her. He's gonna get a shot of the wife. There she is. What's your wife's name?
That's Marcia.
That's Marcia.
Hi, Marcia.
Everybody say hi, Marcia. I feel like we're in an 8A class or something. Well, there's Marcia right there on the screen. Give it up for Marcia. All right. So actually, Marcia, while we have the camera on, Marcia, are you in the industry as well?
Yes.
You are in the industry as well? Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever done any videos? Actually, been in videos?
Oh, a long time ago.
A long time ago.
We were in a video together.
Oh, you guys were into one together?
Yeah.
When? How long ago?
We were the performers.
Right.
as opposed to
Right.
the actors.
They were the performers. How long ago was that?
Oh, in the 70s.
In the 70s?
Yeah.
No, in the 80s. It was the 80s.
It was the 80s?
Yeah, it was the
The
80s.
spiderweb?
With the
Oh,
spider
that
web.
one. No, that one. That one was before video.
I guess so. It was on 8. It was on the
It was on 8
crate
millimeter,
machine.
you know.
Nice. So what was the name of the video you were in?
I don't think it had a name.
It didn't. Okay.
Private stash.
Private stash.
But they were selling it on Long
On
Island.
42nd Street, right?
On 42nd Street. Vinny.
Yeah.
Vinny, the watch guy was out there, right? Well, very cool. So it didn't have a name.
No, it didn't have any, but I was the star of it.
Oh, excellent. Well, we got a porn star in the house. All right. Well, very cool. God, I learn new things every day by doing this show. So what else you want to talk about? That monologue I ran, is that pretty accurate? Or, I mean, what do you think about that? Was that pretty fair as an assessment of the industry?
Anything's possible.
Yeah? What's the wildest call you've ever had?
I've had everything. You name it.
Really?
Yep.
Anything as wacky as that?
And then some. Yes.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. What's the wildest call you've ever had in your time behind the phone?
It depends on what your idea of wild is.
The craziest thing, the one you hung up the phone and you went, Jesus Christ, I can't believe I just did that call.
That's usually on all of them, but.
That was good. I like that. That was awesome.
Chris.
That was very cool. All right, so you don't have just one that you can narrow down?
I can't think of one offhand, no.
What's the wildest call? I mean, obviously you don't get a chance to listen to all the calls because you're kind of running around. What was the craziest one you've
I
ever
don't
heard?
really want to listen to the calls. But, we've got two types of callers. We've got, the guy that's just out of his mind nuts, like what you described. And then we have guys that are fairly normal and just they need somebody to talk to every once in a while. And, I feel in that way we do provide a service.
Sure.
For my wife, started out doing calls back in, must have been like 1982, 83. And the first time she had to do a call, it was a weird situation because it was the first time we'd put an ad in a magazine, and I had only one other girl working for me at the time, and she got appendicitis.
Oh my God.
And I had nobody to answer the phone. I called Marsha up and I said, Marsha, you got to do this.
And she was like, "You're out of your skull, right?"
And the phone started ringing off the hook, and she called me every 10 minutes. This guy called. He wants to talk about this. What is that about? I said, I don't know. But she figured it out. And she's really the one who really got this business started off the ground.
Have you ever been in such a bind where you had to take a call?
Oh, I've done calls, yes.
You have done calls? Boy, to get a tape of that, huh? Well, very cool. Is there anything, we got a couple minutes left, anything you guys want to run? Yeah, is there any special hellos you want to get out there?
Well, yeah, if you want to call me, just call.
Call, there you go.
Can I give the phone number?
Give a number, and I'll put it in the credits as well.
It's 800-800-1723.
800-800-1723.
See, real easy to
And
remember.
I just wanted to say that maybe a lot of our callers are the future Stephen Kings.
Future the callers that we have are Stephen King
Yeah.
types?
Yeah.
Because they're so graphic, right? They get so much into
Weird.
detail.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's got a very good point there.
No, yeah, they got an imagination, I'll say that.
I mean, some of the stuff, I was there for 3 days, and some of the stuff I heard, I'm not a prude by any means, but I was sitting there going, Jesus, you got to be kidding me.
Well, let's just say it's a good thing they're doing it over the phone and not in
person. That's exactly what I brought up in the monologue. So, I mean, it's a good thing you guys have going on. So, well, very cool. Give it up, Arnold Cohen, owner of Fantasy Line, Joseph Martin. Very cool. And what's that web address one more time?
www.fantasyline.com.
Fantasyline.com. So get on there on the internet, check it out, and you sell videos and stuff on there as well?
Yes, we do.
Great. Get in there and pick up a video, huh? How much are your videos online?
Generally, they're $29.95 for a DVD.
And how many minutes?
It depends on the video, but they run anywhere from a half hour to an hour.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Very cool. Get online and pick up some videos. Very cool. Let's get into some headlines. All right, yes, all right. Let's get into some headlines. If you have a headline, send them to the new email address, caxlcones@msn.com. That will also go in the credits, so you don't have to remember that. First headline reads, did you hear the one? You guys want to hang out up here? You guys want to hang out? Hang out up here. I'll pass these headlines down to you. Joseph's like, get me out of here. Did you hear Did you hear the one about the illegal immigrant nurses who were told to carry the stool samples down the street? I'll pass those down. You can
see that one.
You can check them out. All right. Tiffany's husband's diarrhea was worse than she thought. You got to get a tight shot on this one. This is a good one. You got to get this one in. There it is. Sister Mary Catherine's favorite website, www.thepopehasbigballs.com. All right, you guys will like this. This is right up your alley, right here. Okay, ladies. For this $4.99 a minute call, you are the Barbie twins, okay? I actually have two for this one. We've got two for this one. it there?
I've got you framed up and our director died.
He did. All right, guy's dead. Good night, everybody.
Here we go.
There it is.
Now I can hear you. Keep shorting up. Okay.
Okay. I have two for this one. Miss Ethiopia had to drop out of the Miss Universe pageant as she discovered a zit on the biggest day of her life. Or, yeah, we'll go right to number 2. Annie Lennox prepares herself for this year's Academy Awards. Okay. Where am I at here?
I couldn't.
Jane Goodall and her husband Bubbles take turns primping for their upcoming TV special. All right, we got to get a tight shot on that one. This is a good one here. Easy, Shane. The Dixie Chicks are trying everything to get back into George Bush's good graces. Here we see the secret ingredient in the Salvation Army soup of the day. And a hush filled the room. All right, here we go. God. Karen's husband David reminds her about how badly she burnt dinner and again, and tonight. Wait a minute, let me try that again. Karen's husband David reminds her how badly she burnt dinner again tonight and that she'd better not do it again. Herpes. Thank you. And finally, you got to get a tight shot on this one too. This is good. There it is. Hey, honey, that new laundromat down the street promises to get our sheets their widest or our money back. Because the sign says KKK Cleaners, in case you can't see that. All right, anyway. That's it. I want to thank Arnold Cohen, Joseph Martin, 1-800-800-1723.
That's right.
That's it. Next week, we're going to have some... Yeah, I've got it memorized. That's why my palm is hairy. That's it. We're out of here. Good night. See you next week.